Now, have y'all ever heard of the story of Emma E. Booker? Well, if you haven't, don't worry. I did some digging. Let's get into it. Now, listen. It's not a lot of pictures of this lady on the internet, all right? So if y'all see me keep using this picture, that's just because it's pretty much all I could find. Now, Emma grew up in the Live Oak area, but in 1918, she ended up moving to the Sarasota area to take on a job that she had heard about. Now, in 1918, when she took on this job, she was a teenager herself, all right? But back in Live Oak, she taught mathematics and reading to the students in her neighborhood. Now, at the time, the school was called Sarasota Grammar School, and it was the first public black school in Sarasota. So the highest education that you could get at the Sarasota Grammar School was 6th grade. But Emma was like, look, I want to be able to take this a little bit higher so I could teach the kids a little bit more. But the superintendent at the time was like, look, 6th grade is enough. For these students, they should be happy to get to 6th grade. But Emma was like, nah, that ain't how we're gonna do this, okay? Look, I need more grades. So after years and years of her pushing, the school board finally let her go up to the 8th grade. But in 1923, things start working in her favor because not only did she get them up to the 8th grade with teaching, she's now the principal of the school. But now she got a little pull in the system, okay? So instead of going up to the 8th grade, she's now doing seniors, 12th grade, so she can get them ready for college. Now this whole time Emma is teaching, and now she the principal, she ain't got no degree. So she goes back to school this whole time in the middle of her doing all of this to get her bachelor and her master's. And for decades, I'm talking about decades, this school is rolling. This school is rolling so well that they ended up naming the school after Emma, but not only just one school. They gave her 3 schools. All right, let's go to the headlines. Y'all already know how we do. Follow along, all right? So the Booker schools were named for Emma E. Booker, an African-American educator who began teaching at Sarasota County's first black school, Sarasota Grammar School, in 1918. Around that time, Miss Booker began to take college classes during the summer school break. All right, so when she wasn't teaching, she was learning. Now, I know we all know this iconic photo, okay? This is when Bush found out that the towers of 9/11 were hit, all right? And guess what school they was at when this happened? Emma E. Booker Elementary School. And I'm talking about immediately they shut that school down, all right? Turned it into the presidential Oval Office, and they did work right out of the school for the rest of that day. I didn't know that, and that's wild. So in a nutshell, Emma E. Booker basically carved out the educational system for black kids in the Sarasota area, all right? But her story is not told enough. You can barely find anything on this lady, all right? If you look it up, it's basically all on the school. So I had to do some digging, all right? And don't y'all say nothing about this shirt. I went to a festival earlier, and yes, I got my taco meat out. The more you know. Peace.